Stock exchanges house is suspended for a year for violating that rule. Is it there are way and ways of rebooting so nobody can sequel. He probably saw unbelief in my face, for he went and based it on creation kind of business where I mean this warehouse charge a 30 seconds extra in addition to the 8 commission. They are very nice about it. They never charges the extra commission except in unusual case and then only if the customer has an active account. It wouldn't pay them, whatever. They are in business exclusively for their health. By that time I know he was taunting for some funny brokers. Do you know any reliable house of the kind? I asked him. I know that biggest brokerage firm in the United States. He said I trade there myself. They have branches in 78 cities in the United States and Canada. They do an enormous business and they can't very well do it even in an year out of the event strictly on the level called the certainly not. I agree. Do they trade in the some stock that are dealt in on the New York Stock Exchange? Of course, I and on the group and on any other exchanges. This country or Europe, they deal in white cotton, provision, anything you want. They have cooperatives everywhere and memberships in all the exchanges, either in their own name or on the quiet. I know by that time, but I thought ID had him on. Yes, I said, but that does not alter that fact that the orders have to executed by somebody and nobody living can guarantee how the market will be or have closed the stickers prices or to the actual price on the floor of the exchanges. By the time a man gets the questions here and his hands in order and it's telegraphed to New York, some valuable it times has gone. I might better go back to New York and lose my money. They're in respected company. I don't anything about losing money or customers. Don't acquire that habit. They make money, we take care of that your customers. Well, I take an interested in the firm and if can turn off some businesses their way I do so because they always trade me wheat and I have made a good deal for money. Thought them if you wish I'll introduce you to the manager. What the name of the firm? I asked him. He told me I had about them the rain ads in all the papers calling attention to the great profits made by those customers who followed their inside information in active stocks. That was the firm's great especially they were not regular bucket shop but bucketers always broker who bucketed their order but nevertheless went thought an illegal complicated to convince the world that they were regular brokers engaged in legitimation business. They were one of the oldest of the class firms. They were the property at that time of some sort of brokerage that went broke. This year by the dozen the general principles and methods were the some thought the particular devices for flexing the public difference somewhat creation details having been changed when the old stickers become too well known. These people used to send out tips to buy and sell. Creation stock hundreds of telegrams advising the instant purchase of creation stock and handles recommending other customer to sell the some stock on the old racing tipper plan. Then order to buy and sell would come in the dump frame buy and sell. Say 1,000 of that stock thought reputable stock exchange frame and get regular report on the that report. They will show to any debating thumbs who was employed enough to speak about bucketing customer order. They also used to from discretionary pools in the office and as a great favor allowed their customers to authorization. They mean writing to trade with the customers money and in the customers name as they in their judgment demand best. That way the most contrary customer had no legal readers when the money dispersed the bull stock on paper and put the customers in and they execute on the old finished up bucket shop drives and wipe out the hundreds of shows trading margins. They did not space anyone. Human school teachers and old men being their best bet. I am sure on all brokers I told the thought I'll have to think this over and I left him so wouldn't take any more to me. I inquired about this frame. I learned that they have hundred of customers and although here were the usual stories. I didn't note any case of customer not getting his money from them if he won any the difficulty was in finding anybody who had ever won in that office. But I didn't think seemed to be going their way just them and that meant that they probably would not well if trade went against them. Of course most conquering of that kind eventually go broke. There are times when there are regular epic bucketing shop like old fashioned